I'm in the body scanner at the airport security in London. The alarm blares and I step out to face two puzzled TSA agents. I starfish for my pat down, but neither of them makes a move. Instead, they whisper, giggle, and point, first at my head and then at my chest. Finally, one of them asks, "Are you a boy or a girl?" First of all, rude. Second, I had a feeling we were here because of my hair. Growing up, I went to a salon called The Kitchen in Our House. The service began with a hair wash where I'd bow my head so deep into the kitchen sink I could smell the remnants of our last family meal. And it ended with a cut from my mom, whose special was, "Don't complain, it's free." The long layers and unwelcome volume irritated me so much that in 4th grade, I borrowed my older brother's hair gel to slick it back. But all that did was make me look like young Draco Malfoy. At 21, I confessed I wanted short hair, which was above my mom's pay grade, so I put my trust in the paid professionals at Supercuts. I walked out of Supercuts transformed from young Draco Malfoy to young Justin Bieber. A girl I dated said this looked like the before photo of a makeover show. After multiple unsuccessful attempts, I finally made my way to a salon my guy friends loved. I wasn't fluent in short hair yet, so when the stylist asked, "Fade, one?" I just nodded. And it wasn't until the buzzer was halfway up my head that I realized, oh, we was about to be bald. But then I got home and kind of felt good. I ran my fingers through the velvet faded sides and started doing weird things like taking mirror selfies, looking down and to the right, even though there's nothing there. I was on cloud 9, a walking infomercial for queer woman wanting to feel true to yourself. Try cut your hair off. The high lasted about one business day until I boarded a 15-hour red eye. At the time, I worked for a large, unnameable tech corporation, Google, and I traveled so much I reached a level of unpublished airline status that gave me transcendent and totally useless powers like summoning a Mercedes-Benz to chauffeur me between gates. So that night, I was feeling fancy in my lie-flat business seat and fluffing my Saks Fifth Avenue complimentary pillow when a flight attendant asked, "Champagne, sir?" Shame and rage hit me like a truck. My heart pounded, and I suddenly needed to poop. I faced 3 choices: fight, flight, or facilitate a DEI discussion. I'm indecisive, so I froze. I immediately texted my support group. The same girl who laughed at my Justin Bieber hair offered, one step closer to the rich husband my parents always wanted. And my mom, a true Asian immigrant, suggested, "Just complain and make them give you free points." Flight after flight, I kept getting misgendered, even when I did absurd things like wear a giant pink bow on my head, the kind an infant might wear to a photo shoot. Each time, I'd get this surge of humiliation and anger. It was death by 1,000 supercuts. Then COVID hit. I left first class and went to the basement of my childhood home. There wasn't much to do besides watch Tiger King and confront my personality flaws in the mirror. What my reflection taught me is that the way I looked felt true to myself, so why did it sting so much to get misgendered? As lockdown ticked by, I watched my fresh fade inch outward like a mushroom cap. I thought about asking my mom to buzz it, but I was afraid of what she would say. On top of my brother and I both being gay, me having short hair gave our Asian relatives a lot to criticize my mom about. They'd call and say, "哎呀，她太像男孩. She's too much like a boy." But on day 63 of mushroom hair, my mom walked in one hand holding the same white hairdressing cape I'd worn as a child, in the other, a box containing Amazon's highest-rated discount buzzers. That afternoon, we reopened our kitchen salon, and after 7 replays of the same YouTube tutorial, we were ready. And then the power went out. It became an intimate buzz by candlelight, and more than once I heard zzz, oh. And turned to see a patch of hair gone. At this point, though, I didn't care how rough I looked, because my mom was helping me be who I wanted to be. When we finished several hours later, my mom pulled me to my feet and turned me slowly like a shawarma rotisserie. She admired her work and said, "It looks right for you." When travel resumed post-lockdown, I was in London, at the airport, standing in front of those 2 TSA agents who couldn't tell if I was a boy or a girl. It was the 100th time I'd been misgendered while flying, but the first time it didn't hurt. Other people's comments didn't matter so much anymore. What mattered is my gay older brother who always let me borrow his hair gel, the date who laughed at my Justin Bieber hair, who's now my wife and barber, and my mom, whose courage and affirmation gave me the courage to accept myself. They're all here tonight. And that day, instead of feeling shame, rage, and poop, I felt at peace, knowing now that I'd overcome the fight with myself, I could truly sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Serena Chang, everybody.